Hello, welcome to RLM. The Redlining Manager. RLM is a tool that helps you manage contracts directly inside Salesforce. It handles clause management, automates document review, and gives you real-time status updates throughout the process. Redlining Manager, also referred to as RLM, works on any standard or custom object. In this demo, you'll see it used on the standard opportunity object in Salesforce. RLM includes a Lightning Web component that lets you start a new redlining instance, view existing ones, and manage clauses. The Launcher tab starts a new RLM instance. Here you specify the document direction, inbound or outbound, along with the contact, the template, and the RLM experience. The Instances tab shows all instances created from this opportunity. The Clause Library tab shows the clauses currently assigned to this opportunity. To make changes, click Edit. Here you'll see any existing clauses. Right now, there are none assigned. You can create a new clause by clicking New, or pull from pre-configured clauses using the Reuse button. This opens a list of clauses already in the system. Move clauses from the Available column to the Selected column to assign them to the document. For this demo, move all clauses from Available to Selected, then Save. Now all selected clauses appear here. You can review, reorder, edit, or delete them as needed. When you're happy with the clauses, click Save Changes. All selected clauses are now listed. To start a new RLM instance, you can use the RLM component or any Salesforce automation. For example, when an opportunity moves to the negotiation and review stage, the system can trigger the instance automatically, no manual launching needed. For this demo, the launcher is used to start the redlining process and show how it simplifies document management. From the launcher, you have two options. You can receive inbound documents. For example, when a client sends a contract on third-party paper for your internal team to review, or send the document outbound to the client for their initial review. To upload a document for internal review, click Upload Files and select the file. When sending outbound, select the contact the document will be sent to, so it reaches the right person. The pick list shows all contacts associated with the opportunity. Once you make a selection from the contacts list, the system displays that contact's name and email address as a validation step to confirm the document is going to the right place. You can either upload an existing document or generate a new one using a document generation engine like Nintex DocGen. In this demo, you'll generate a document, so the next step is to select the document package to use. This pick list shows the available Nintex DocGen packages. RLM supports Word-only templates, and for complex data scenarios, templates using Excel as middleware are also supported. Next, choose the delivery option and the redlining experience. The next part of the demo covers the RLM experiences before returning to the launcher to continue. The RLM experiences let you tailor the redlining process to fit your workflow. You can view them in the RLM Experiences tab. Click an experience to see its configurable settings. The detail view shows configurable items including the persona, document type, clause library, utilization, and state transitions. The persona field lets you specify whether the collaborator is a client, vendor, stakeholder, or another role. You can activate or deactivate the experience and set the document type. For example, a proposal, NDA, contract, or quote. You can also configure whether the clause library is part of the redlining experience. Next, you can configure the state transitions. RLM has a default workflow, but it can be modified by adding or removing transitions. For example, if you don't want any writebacks, you can remove that stage. You can go from approved internal review straight to e-signature or complete. You can also add a stage. For example, if you want to review the document before it goes to the client, you can add a pause to review stage. After the prepared document stage, return to the redlining launcher, select the standard client redlining experience, and click Next. The redlining instance opens in a new tab, and the launcher window shows the document generation status as it progresses. The RLM instance is a custom object, and a new record is created for every instance. From the instance, you get a quick view of the current status and key details. The original record, the associated account, and the contact it's sent to are all visible. Below that, a graphical representation shows the redlining process as the document moves through the workflow. The detail view shows information like the instance ID, version, record owner, and comments. It also shows the instance type, inbound or outbound, and the delivery option and package used. The Notes and Attachments section stores all documents as they move through the redlining process, maintaining an audit trail. Below that is the redlining timeline. At the bottom, the redlining sections and fields populate when changes are detected. As the document moves through the process, the RLM instance automatically transitions through the workflow defined by the RLM experience. The RLM experience also specifies the document type and collaborator. This experience defines the document type as proposal and the collaborator as client. When the instance is first created from the launcher, the record is created and set to the new proposal state. It continues to transition through the workflow until user input is required. When you reload this record, you'll see the instance moved from new proposal to prepare proposal, then to send to client, and then to pending client feedback. The instance stays in this state until the collaborator responds. The redlining workflow at the top is also updated to show it's in the client review stage. The generated document is also available in the Notes and Attachments section. This is the exact copy the collaborator receives in their inbox. Clicking the document shows a preview. This instance is now pending client feedback. The client should have received an email with the attached agreement for review. Now let's look at the client's experience. When the RLM instance is in the pending client feedback stage, the client receives an email from Redlining Manager. The sender can be configured to show either the instance owner's name or static text like Redlining Manager. This is what the email looks like. The logo on the right is customizable along with the terms for approving or rejecting the instance. The document is also attached for review. The client can download it when ready to make redlines. As the client, use Microsoft Word to make redlines. Changes will be made to fields that highlight the write-back capabilities of Redlining Manager. The first change is to the client address, which maps back to the address field on the account record for the opportunity. Next, make a change to the scope. This maps back to a custom field on the opportunity. Then make a change in the clause library to show that write-back works there too. Next, make changes to the sales section, specifically the quantity, to show that changes to an opportunity line item are also captured. Once all changes are done, save the document and send it back to Redlining Manager. With the changes complete, return it to the Redlining Manager. There are two options. Reply to the email using specific keywords or use the Review Proposal button. Click Review Proposal to access the web interface. From here you can approve, reject, or delegate the instance to another user. In this case, reject the changes. Click Upload Files to add the updated document. Optionally, add comments. Click Submit to send it back to Redlining Manager. You'll get a confirmation that it's been accepted. The client has returned the document and the RLM instance has been updated. It has transitioned from the client review stage to the internal review stage. You can see this in the timeline. When it was in pending client feedback, the system captured that the client declined the document. RLM now starts analyzing the client's feedback. This process tracks all the changes the client made. RLM then puts the instance into a pending internal review stage and sends the document to the internal review team. In the redlining sections, changes have been captured in two sections, the legal section and the sales section. The template will show how these sections are divided. For now, in the legal section, you can see it detected changes to the account's full billing address, the old text and the new text. It also found changes in the opportunity scope details and in the clause library. In the sales section, it detected a change in the opportunity line item. Those are all the changes the client made. While waiting for Redlining Manager to notify the internal review team, here's how the sections are defined in the template. In the DocGen template, you'll see standard DocGen tags like account name, full billing address, and scope details. There's also a new tag called Legal Begin and an ending tag called Legal End. Any changes within this part of the document, including the clause library, will be sent to the legal team. Scrolling down, you'll see a Sales Begin and Sales End tag. Same concept. Any changes within those tags go to the sales team. Now that you understand how the template is divided, let's look at each section. Click the legal section for a more detailed view. You'll see some familiar elements from the redlining instance, including its own redlining timeline. It operates independently and only monitors transitions within its section. The legal section has a dedicated notes and attachments area that contains only legal documents. Legal doesn't see sales documents during the redlining process, so they can focus solely on what's relevant to them. The details section includes the section name, a link back to the instance, and the routing rule applied. Scrolling down shows both the old and new text. The redline text section highlights all changes clearly. Now take a look at the sales section. Sales has its own timeline and a dedicated notes and attachments area. Both sales and legal redline their sections independently. The instance only moves out of pending internal review once both sales and legal have reached an agreement. Now let's look at the redlining experience for the legal team. The routing rule designates the legal team as external users, meaning they receive their notification via email, similar to the client experience. This is useful because your legal team no longer needs access to Salesforce, freeing up valuable licenses. The legal team receives an email letting them know a document is ready for review. The email format is similar to the client email. The review proposal button is the same, and the options to accept or decline are consistent. The agreement is also attached. As the legal team, there are a couple of options. You can download the document and open it in Microsoft Word to start redlining, accepting individual changes, making edits, or accepting or rejecting all changes at once. In this instance, review it in the preview. Note that the legal team only has access to the legal section of the document, not the sales information. They're focused only on their section. To keep things simple, approve this document. You could click Review Proposal and select Accept, but this time respond via email instead. Click Reply and use one of the approval keywords. OK works here. No changes are being made, so no document needs to be attached. If changes were made, you'd respond with a reject keyword and include the updated document. Click Send to deliver the response back to Redlining Manager. Now let's see how this is processed in RLM. With the legal team's response in, review the redlining section for their feedback. Looking at the updates, the instance has transitioned from pending internal review to actively validating and processing the legal review response. RLM has recorded their approval and will now transition this section to a completed state. This means the legal team has finished redlining their section. In the notes and attachments, there are a few additional documents. First, there's the original document the legal team reviewed, along with the document they returned. Since they didn't attach a new document, the system automatically generates a copy of the original, since no changes were made. If changes had occurred, that updated document would be captured and attached instead. There's also an audit trail which will be covered in more detail once the instance is complete. Now let's review the situation. Returning to the redlining instance, it's still under pending internal review because only the legal team has approved. The sales team hasn't yet. So let's look at the sales side. The routing rule designates the sales team as internal users who go through the Salesforce approval process. They receive notifications when an instance needs their review. The bell icon signals a notification. Click it. The notification tells the sales team an approval is pending. Clicking it opens the approval. The sales approval screen shows the current status at a glance. In the details section, there's a link back to the redlining instance for quick reference. From here, you can approve or reject the sales approval request. A link is also available to navigate to the document. Click it to review the document. The document link takes you to the detail view. From here, you can download the document and open it in Microsoft Word to review it or make redlining changes. You can also view it in the preview screen. Note that only the sales section of the document is visible here, not the legal section. This can be configured to show both sections, but limiting the view keeps things focused for the sales team. Now that the sales team has reviewed the document, they need to approve or reject it. Click this link to bring up those two options. If rejecting, upload the changes so the system can process them. In this case, approve the changes, optionally leave a comment, and click Submit. Now that sales is approved, let's review the updates. In the sales section, the timeline shows some changes. The instance has transitioned from pending sales internal review to validating and processing the sales response. RLM confirmed the sales team approved the changes, and the section has moved to a completed state. The sales team has finished reviewing their section. The notes and attachments include 2 additional documents, one from the sales team and one containing the audit trail. Now that sales and legal have both finished their review, let's see how this affects the instance. Return to the RLM instance. You can immediately see the instance has transitioned from internal review to the write-back changes phase. This is where the system updates the approved changes to the mapped Salesforce fields. The instance then moves to a completed state. Redlining is finalized. The timeline shows the full detail. Both legal and sales approved the review. The system will write back the approved changes in Salesforce and transition the instance to completed. Expanding the timeline shows how long each state took. For example, the pending internal review stage lasted 19 hours. Now let's look at the documents. This is a full list of all documents as they moved through the redlining process. First is the original document the client received. Next is the document they returned. You can see the redline changes, and the system validates that the document received matches exactly what was originally sent. Here's the final version of the document. All redlines have been removed and the changes are incorporated. This document is ready to be sent for electronic signature. Next, let's look at the audit trail. Download it and review the details in Word for a more comprehensive view. In the audit trail document, you can see each change along with who approved it. In this case, the legal team granted approval. All modifications in the legal section show approval from the legal team. Scrolling down to the sales section, you'll see a note next to the sales change confirming the sales team accepted it. This gives you a complete audit trail of all changes. With the instance complete, let's review the write-back. Returning to the original record, the approved changes have been written back to the Salesforce record. The scope details field has been updated to standard 4-year support. Changes were also made in the clause library, and specifically, a value was updated to 2 years. Since the clause library has been updated, any new instances created from this opportunity will use the newly approved value. This reduces how often your team needs to manually update documents going forward. Scrolling down to the product section, you'll see the quantity of the second widget has been updated. The final change was to the billing address on the account. That wraps up the Redlining Manager demo.